What's up? Matt here from Fab. I'm at Thruxton Circuit today, and this is the first track day of 2022. And as you can see, it's raining, wet, cold, track's slippery, and this is the first time I've driven the car since it's been remapped. I took it up to Guy Higgs and he remapped it for me and got it up to 160 horsepower. And as you can see, the track's very greasy, and yeah, this was the morning session. And now we've moved on to after lunch, and the sun has come out, track's dried up, still a few damp spots on it, but overall dry, and yeah, you can really let the car rip, and you can hear the difference in the car since it's been remapped, the way that it pulls all the way to the red line. Yeah, it really has made a difference. It didn't translate much in the lap times because I'd made an adjustment to my alignment, quite a sort of extreme, you would call it, like more aggressive setting on the camber, and I definitely went a bit too far and couldn't really get the feeling that the tyres were getting to that point where they really want to cling on to the track. There was a lot of these corners where previously I could hold the car almost flat through, and you could see there it's constantly trying to break away, and that's just where I've got too much camber on the wheel and it's not able to get the tyre flat. So step in the wrong direction there, but you got to try these things. And if I'd been a bit more organised, I would have had enough tools and stuff with me to make adjustments at the track, but I didn't. So I just drove it as it was, but I could definitely feel the car definitely felt faster, but I couldn't get that feeling where the tyres are really like hanging on and you can throttle all the way around. It just seemed to constantly want to break away. So I will go back to where I was before with that, but happy with the way the car is performing engine wise, and I still did make an improvement on my lap times a little bit. That's a 136 there. I think 137 was the best I'd done previously. I would say, I think if I'd left the alignment alone, probably would have been another second off of that maybe. But either way, always good to get out on track and have a rip around. So this is the first time that I have used the Aim Smartycam set up with all the lap timer and all the stuff that you can see on the screen here. One of the things you might notice there is that my gear selection isn't working, and these there's quite a bit of setup involved in getting this camera and all the overlay working correctly, and I've obviously got something not quite set right. You've got to tell it what signals you want it to pick up, and it should be calculating the gear through the RPM and the speed, but you do have to go in to the programs and set all these things up. So yeah, I've obviously got something set wrong there. The brake pedal, which you can see light up every now and then, you're probably looking at that thinking, why am I braking here or there? That's not actually an accurate representation of when I'm braking. The brake, I'm not braking there, so I don't know why it's coming on, but normally you would have a brake switch, so it would read it through the switch, whereas on this it's reading that through the GPS, so it's not accurate what you're seeing now as to when I'm actually using the brake. So ideally I would want a switch on the brake pedal to give you an accurate representation of braking, but the throttle is connected directly to the throttle position sensor, so that is telling you when I'm on and off throttle. Maybe a little delay on it, but pretty much that's it. And then something that's interesting is the little G-force counter you've got on the right there, which will be interesting when I come to put my alignment back to its previous setting, and I will be able to see if I'm increasing the G-force in cornering, which will tell me if I'm essentially going around that corner faster or able to corner faster. It looks like the max I'm getting there is about 1.2. So yeah, that'll be a good indication as to if I'm going in the right direction with stuff. In terms of like the camber settings, really you need a tyre temperature gauge, and then you can check the temperature of the tyre and see how it's performing and whether it's, you know, heating up evenly. And so I need to be a bit more on the ball and do all that kind of stuff when I'm at the track to really get the setup perfect. So that's something that I'm going to continue to work on, just to try and improve the lap times a little bit. I'm still struggling on the straights. You can see there, I think about 103 miles an hour is the maximum I'm able to get up the straight there, and that's what's really killing the lap times. So I am going to make a change to the gearing, which should help that. So let me know what you think of the overlay on the screen. I think it personally makes the track day videos a lot more interesting to watch. If you are thinking of getting one of these, the Aim Solo lap timer and camera setup, then it's well worth checking out a chap called James Colburn on YouTube. I'll put a link to his channel. He's got a lot of videos on how you actually get the whole thing set up and working. It's worth checking out, and I'll put a link to the AIM website as well. If you want to check out any of their products, then head over there and see if there's anything that you need for your race car. I will sign off there and leave you with some sounds of the Mushy P on full throttle. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.